Hello, Marcia Bernadette here. I made a video on how to make a conveyor for a Covington 760 or 761 wet belt sander. Since the time I made the original video, I purchased a new wet belt sander. And with that new sander came a new idea. I have figured out how to do a conveyor in PVC. And the PVC is significantly cheaper, substantially cheaper, than the version that I made that used the casters. And it works just as well. So it's not that many parts to it, but I'll go through the parts that I used. This is a 1/2-inch nipple that is 2 inches long. It is attached to a 3-way PVC fitting that is 1 inch by 1 inch by 1/2 inch with a female threaded 1/2 inch connection on the bottom. The 1 inch fittings fit into standard 1 inch PVC tubing. This particular length is 8 inches. I also figured out a way to attach it to the sander where the legs go on the outside as opposed to the inside. So you get more width that way. And in order to make that work, I used a Pvc electrical connector. And I drilled a couple of holes into the side for them to attach. It's not going to destroy the equipment or anything because the water level never gets that high. So anyway, they're attached with screws and a nut. In order to locate it, I fitted it in here, and right down here, I don't know if you can see where my finger is, you'll see an attachment to the base for the actual sander. So I pushed the legs all the way up to that point and then marked a location for the clamp. In order to have this piece stay in place and not tilt, I drilled holes into the clamp for a set screw. And I'll show you how that works in just a second. But anyway, the legs go into the clamp just like you see here. And the rest of it, it fits in just like a puzzle. So you have more of the 90-degree connectors, and then you have some shorter side pieces. These side pieces cut are 4 inches long. So anyway, they just fit into the 1 inch fittings just like so. And you give it a good push. And that's it. You're done. And you'll see how it sits fairly straight. And I screw the set screw in. And just to show you the role that the set screw plays, and there's a set screw and clamp on both sides of the unit. I'm just demoing on one side. But if you don't have it, it has a tendency to want to do this. However, if you put the set screw, if you screw the set screw in, it keeps it from wanting to do that tilting. So in this version, I'm still using a grid to do this. And this is a waffle grid that you would use with any of the cutting systems that are out there. And I drilled 2 holes in the PVC. And then you just screw a couple of screws in there to keep it, the grid in place so that it doesn't move. And once those screws are in, that also keeps the grid from tilting away from your PVC support. I'm not going to go all the way in, but there you have it. As you can see, it's sturdy, it doesn't go anywhere, it's good to go. So now just to demo a piece of glass being used on it, I'm going to turn the sander on. These are 3/8 inch ball bearings. And I highly recommend that you use, and I shouldn't say ball bearings, they're not ball bearings, they're actually bearing balls. So, and I recommend highly that you get stainless steel as opposed to any other metal because they will rust. So this is a circle. You can see a circle turns very smooth. and I'm not having to hold the glass. The grid holds the glass, which makes it a lot easier, especially if you're a person who has arthritis in your hands and fingers like I do. It definitely makes life a lot easier. And this is just a square piece of glass. And that concludes the demo of this particular version of the conveyor. I have a written tutorial that goes along with it that gives all of the measurements. HTTP fused.glass. There's a section on videos and there's a section with written tutorials. Remember, wear your safety glasses when you're working, and have a very glassy day.